As we finished our sermon series on Sunday on 1st and 2nd Peter, we heard from Peter in some final words to the churches there about what it means to live into their salvation. And they were to live holy and godly lives, spotless and blameless. And so he was encouraging them to press on and to not give up and to continue to live godly, holy lives. We looked back then at Jesus's words, who said, Jesus himself, who said, the time and the day, the hour you do not know. So, wait in a watchful spirit, be ready at all times for his return. And with that were some harsh realities and some harsh words that he said to us about the fact that there would be weeping and gnashing of teeth, that if he returned, some would not be ready. And so there would be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And those are hard words to receive. And so I thought about the words also that are also hard to receive in the Sermon on the Mount in Matthew 7. But I pray that we can receive these with the good news in the mix of it, because they are in the gospel, right? The Gospel of Matthew, which means good news. But in it, he says, not everyone who says, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only the one who does the will of my Father in heaven. He goes on just a couple verses later as he ends the Sermon on the Mount to say, therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house upon the rock. So it matters how we live today. We can't just say, we're saved, so now we can, just do whatever we want to. We're saved, so now we get to live into the image of God that we were created in. We get to live into being like Christ and hearing his words and his teaching and putting them into practice. It's not just enough to say that we believe, because if we believe, then that means that will guide us in how we live. So let us, brothers and sisters, put the words of God, the teachings and the gospel, let us put them into practice, so that when he comes, we are ready, and so that when he comes, more are ready. Remember, he didn't want anyone to perish. And so in our living, in our putting the words of Christ into practice, more will come to know of the salvation in Jesus Christ. Let none perish. May that be our prayer.